All right, qualifying is about to be over. Sorry for coming on so late here. It is me, Jay Weezy, and SRTV Network. We are watching the Monsters of Dirt, server number 1. It's going to be heat races here. Then we're going to do a 50-lap feature race coming up. And there is a post that is on our Facebook page here, so you will have to change to a different stream for the feature race. It's going to be 50 laps. And just to let y'all know, I did call the part of qualifying there, but I forgot we was not live. A lot going on here tonight. Sorry about that. But either way, we're here tonight. I mean, we're here now. And hopefully you guys are following along here. I see a couple people out there, and hopefully everything works out. Qualifying is about over. So let's take a look at the results here for qualifying. Jordan Casey with a 15.719, Jason McConnell with a 7.46, Zach McSwain, Rod Tucker, and Devin Morgan's going to round out the top 5. Bailey Hip, Ryan Stillwell, Eric Caskey, Austin McGlone, Kevin Kaufman. Then you got Austin Anderson, Dustin Hall, Evan C., Trevor Holman, Jace Johns Rue, Blake oh, tongue twister. Blake Bentley and Josh Burton, along with Gavin Jordan, Britt Allen, and Robert Schaefer is your top 20 in this room. Got Bryce Nichols, Garrett Nieberge, Jason Mersdorf, Joey Reeder, Gene Wolf, Trevor Shaw, Justin Stick, Colin Bowden, Nick Van, and Brad Haldane. Look at all these cars, man. Bruce Wright, Blake Dippendent, Brandon Gibbs, Brian Wax, Steve Robbins, Sean Stevens. And you see the rest of the rest of the field there. Sorry, Kenny. Oh, that was a good one. It's probably one of the worst ones that has ever happened to me, but hey, we'll work with it. We'll make it happen. Qualifying is over. Jordan Casey, the man that takes the show away. He's going to start heat race number 1 on the pole. That's going to give him a great opportunity. This guy right here. It's going to give him a great opportunity to pull this thing off here tonight at the Monsters of Dirt. $25 to the winner of the feature, $15 for second, $10 for third. But to win that, you got to be entered into the Winter 2020 Cash League. It's a $10 buy-in, buys you into all of the series. And you got to be bought in by week 6 to be eligible for any points payout at the end of the season. So check out CC and LJ on Facebook if you're looking for server number 2. This is server number 1, and heat race is about to kick off. So let's go through our starting grid here for this one. Jordan Casey, Devin Morgan, front row of heat race number 1. And right behind them in row 2, Austin McGlone, Evan C. Row 3 is going to be Josh Burton and Bryce Nichols. Row number 4, Joey Reeder and Colin Bowden. We got Blake Dippendent and Sean Stevens sitting in row number 5, and that's going to do it. 10 cars. And let's just, to make sure, top 5 out of this will advance.
Hey, good luck in your heat gate. Don't step on.
First of all, let's turn off everybody except for race control. Now we can hear the admin here. So if you hear someone talking out there, it's the admin.
Alright guys, as everyone knows, there are no cautions in the heat races. Keep it clean. If there's any incidents, we will get back and review it and make a decision as admin. Good luck, guys.
Well, you heard it. No cautions in these heat races. The top 5 will lock themselves into the 50-lap main event coming up right after this for a chance to win $25, $15, or $10 if they finish in the top 3 of the feature race here at Lernerville for the season opener of the Monsters of Dirt Dark Horse Motorsports Crate Escape Limited Late Models. We are green. Jordan Casey is the leader of this one, and he is no stranger at being up front. Let's take a look behind him because the top 5 will move on. Devin Morgan, Austin McGlone, Evan C., Bryce Nichols are in those 5 transfer spots right now, and it looks like they are single file. Bryce Nichols with a beautiful paint job on that thing. And let's take a look. They got a double wide battle going on for 6th. It's Colin Bowden and Josh Burton. They're gonna bang doors off of turn number 4 and drag race down the front stretch into turn 1. The 34 of Colin Bowden moves to the bottom, uses that to slide up in front of that number 19 of Josh Burton, and Josh not gonna play no games. He tries to take that spot back. Both of these drivers are battling for a spot in the B main because Jordan Casey up front, your leader, is in control of this one. Behind him, he has Devin Morgan, Austin McGlone, and Evan C. and Bryce Nichols still in those 5 transfer spots. We'll show this on your screen. It's the 19 of Burton, the first one below that cutoff line as it sits right now. All single file, it looks like, with 2 laps to go. Actually, yeah, 2 laps to go. It's going to be the white flag this time by for Jordan Casey, your leader. And nothing in the top 5 has changed. A little bit of trouble in the back. It looks like Sean Stevens sideways off of turn 2. Or in the middle of turn 2, the white flag is out for Jordan Casey. The final time off of turn number 4 to get the win. The 42 of Jordan Casey gonna take control of this one. Devin Morgan, Evan C., Bryce Nichols, and Josh Burton. That 19 worked his way up, took over that 5th spot from Colin Bowden. They ain't playing no games out there tonight. Heat race number 2 about to kick off. And once again, server number 2 is on CC and LJ. Look them up on Facebook. CC space, the and sign, and then LJ. 5 letters. All right, let's do our starting grid because drivers are sitting down there ready to go, revving them engines up. Jason McConnell, one of them, and he is on the pole. Heat race number 2. Bailey Hipp will be alongside him in row number 1. Row 2 is going to be Kevin Kaufman and Trevor Holman. And right behind them in row number 3, Gavin Jordan, Garrett Nieberge, or Nieberge. Hopefully I say that right, Garrett. Man, I've been seeing you out there for a long time. Just never got a word with you. Never got a chance to talk to you. Row number 4, Gene Wolf and Nick Vaughn. And any driver that I get named, if I get your name wrong, send me a message, man. Let me know. Row number 5 is going to be
nothing with Jordan here because we never specified. We're going to go with the restart zone of between the orange cone and the tires in the opening. That was your race admin. Just letting the drivers know, hey man, the restart zone is here. And the opening in the wall between the orange cone and going back towards 3. There you have it. Letting the drivers know that there is a restart zone here. Here we go. Well, John said in the drivers meeting, coming out of 4. So, coming out of 4, green flag is out. Heat race number 2 underway. Jason McConnell is your leader as it sits right now. He's right out in front of Bailey Hipp. Trevor Holman side by side with Kevin Kaufman. Battle for 3rd to 4th right there. 2 wide behind him. Garrett Nieberge and Nick Vaughn. The deuce on the side of that machine. That's Nick Vaughn and that deuce right in front of him. The 37X of Kevin Kaufman down on the bottom. Contact trouble for the 11 and Nick Vaughn. Wow.
Mason Crawford just sliding through on that one, but we're going to keep an eye on these leaders. Jason McConnell still in control. Bailey Hipp, Trevor Holman, Garrett Nieberge up to 4th. And 5th is Kevin Kaufman. Of course, looks like a little bit of space between him. 0.7 seconds separating 5th and 6th. Sitting 6th right now is Gene Wolf. 0.7 of a second is a long way at, on a short dirt track at Lernerville. Just watching this battle here towards the end. Not really a battle going on, so we'll go back up front and talk about our leader, Jason McConnell. He's led every lap here so far, and this time by it's going to get 2 to go. Bailey Hipp riding comfortably right behind him, and that number 2 spot. Thinking again, he said, I might want this win. The white flag will wave this time by for Jason McConnell and Bailey Hipp. One of these guys will be the winner for heat race number 2. Unless something drastic happens to him. Bailey Hipp made a move. Couldn't pull it off using the bottom lane of 1 and 2, but will be safe in that number 2 spot. Jason McConnell with the win for heat race number 2. Trevor Holman. I'm sorry, Bailey Hipp, Trevor Holman, Garrett Nieberge, and Kevin Kaufman. Your top 5. Gene Wolf, Gavin Jordan. The next 2 drivers outside of the top 5. Moving on to heat race number 3. Been pretty smooth so far. Hey, Linda. Thanks for the support. I appreciate you, and I hope you had a happy new year. And you do have a happy new year. Because it's a new year, 2020, fellas and ladies. Let's do our starting grid for heat race number 3. Why don't we? Zach McSwain and Ryan Stillwell on the front row of this one, with Austin Anderson and Jace Johnsrud close behind in row number 2. Row 3 is going to be Brent Allen and Jason Mersdorf. Row 4, we got Trevor Shaw and Brad Haldane. And last but not least is Brian Wax. Jacob Todd not on the racetrack. Jacob Todd not in this one. They got those motors just purring around out there. They sound good too. Love these late models. These are the limited late models now. These ain't the big boys. But it should be a good race. Here we go. Pace car ducking off of the racetrack there off of turn number 3. It's going to be Zach McSwain in control, and he gets a little tap from behind. Austin Anderson was ready to go, so he gave him a little tap there. And that usually messes you up pretty good, but Austin Anderson kept a hold of it there, and he's up side by side with Ryan Stillwell and then number 9. Some great looking paint jobs on these machines out there. Zach McSwain, your leader. Ryan Stillwell, Austin Anderson, Brent Allen, and Jason Mersdorf is your top 5 transfer spots as it sits right now. The 003 is Jason Mersdorf, and the 32, Brent Allen. They are pretty smooth back there. And we got Jace Johnsrud, Trevor Shaw, Brad Haldane, and Brian Wax. Oh, we got one off the track there. Austin Anderson. Zach McSwain still up front. Big gap between 2nd and 3rd. Ryan Stillwell about a car length behind our leader, Zach McSwain. Then we got Brent Allen, Jason Mersdorf, and Jace Johnsrud. I believe Austin Anderson gave up a transfer spot. Something happened to Austin Anderson. Anderson way back, currently in 9th. with 3 laps to go. So it's not looking good for Anderson, because I know he wants to get in this one. We got a car off of the racetrack right now. Trevor Shaw goes out to Never Never Land. He's going to take it to the pits after that, as we're watching our leader, Zach McSwain, with a nice gap over him in second place. Ryan Stillwell, the white flag waved for the driver of the 25 machine that time by. We ride on board with our leader. The final time off of turn 4, the checkered flag, the win for heat race number 3, Zach McSwain. Ryan Stillwell, Brent Allen, Jason Mersdorf, and Jace Johnsrud, your top 5. Transfer. Got another heat race coming up. Then we're going to move over to the feature live stream. So go back to our Facebook page. We got a post up right now that's waiting for us. But right now it's time to call the starting grid for heat race number 4. As these drivers pull off of pit road, Rod Tucker, Eric Caskey, they're going to be on the front row. Row number 1. Row 2 is going to be Dustin Hall and Blake Bentley. Row number 3, Robert Schaefer and Chris Gibb. Row number 4, Justin Sick and Bruce Wright. And last row here, row number 5, Steve Robbins and Scotty Watts. Who you got winning this one? Come on, chat. Let's talk about it. We got some good ones. Rod Tucker, Eric Caskey, Dustin Hall, Blake Bentley.
Mr. Tucker, make sure you do not go before that tire in the middle of the corner.
Rod Tucker getting a warning before the race even starts. It's a beautiful paint job, man. Like, good Lord, that thing looks good. All right, here we go. Track is free. Rod Tucker is in control. Green flag is out. And he 3 wide. Behind him, Eric Caskey, Dustin Hall, and Blake Bentley. Dustin in that orange bad machine. It's like Dustin had a little issue there, but he's back. Rod Tucker out front. Dustin Hall sitting in second. Blake Bentley in third. And you got this battle, Eric Caskey and Robert Schaefer side by side for 4th and 5th. Right now, it's Robert Schaefer in that final transfer spot. He's got Justice Sick behind him, the 17. And they are 4. There's 4 of them going at it. Oh, contact, that's 7. A little bit of bobble there from the 7. I believe that's Scotty Watts. But this is a little bit further back. We got some racing going on. Looking at our leader up there, just out of the shot. I can't even hardly see Dustin Hall. He's got Rod Tucker. He's got a good lead over Dustin Hall, which we're looking at right now. And then you got Blake Bentley trying to hold off Eric Caskey. 3 laps to go for Rod Tucker, Dustin Hall, Blake Bentley, Eric Caskey, and Robert Schaefer, as they are all looking to transfer. On board, Blake Bentley, that number 12 machine. Watching him wheel that thing around. He's got some pressure coming. White flags out, 1 more lap. Rod Tucker coming to the checker flag. The win's gonna go to Rod Tucker. Heat race number 4. Dustin Hall, Blake Bentley, Eric Caskey, and Robert Schaefer is your top 5. Yeah. Chipper Doodle, I hear you, buddy.
Nice one, Mr. Tucker. All right, we are throwing cautions in the B main. If it's just one car or 2 cars, the caution will not come out. If it's multiple cars and it's going to cause a problem if somebody's on the lid, we will still get away around till halfway to get a fast repair, but we still don't clear a black flag. So if you get a penalty, just serve it. Unless it's an iRacing mistake, and we'll look at it.
All right, top 4 out of the C main and the top 5 out of the B. All right, the C main about to be underway here. Let's do it. Scotty Watts and Austin McGlone are going to be on the front row of this one. Row number 2, Mason Crawford and Trevor Shaw. Row 3, Bruce Wright and Sean Stevens. Row 4, Nick Vaughn and Jacob Todd. Last but not least, Chris Kibb. Jacob Todd not in this one, so we got 8 cars. It looks like 7. Austin McClone not out there either. 7 cars, 4 cars will transfer to the B main. There will be cautions in the B main. And
there's going to be admin cautions in the B mains and the C main, and then iRacing cautions in the main.
And just so you know, they're taking top 12 out of this server, and the top 12 out of the server number 2. It's going to be outside lane and inside lane. That's how that's going to work. Well, here we go. C main about to kick off, and it's Scotty Watts sends them off into turn number 1. Oh, the 15. Way too low there on the bottom. That's Nick. Is that Nick? That's Bruce. I'm not sure who that is. Who's in the 15? Mason Crawford in the 15. All right, remember, top 4 are going to advance to the B main, where they're going to take the top 5. Looking at the leader, Scotty Watts. He's got plenty more laps to try to hang on to this lead. Trevor Shaw knows how to dig, and he knows how to get it done. Let's see if he can make it happen here. Right now, he's 0.6 of a second behind the leader. I hear you, Bailey. That's what I'm talking about, dude. Trevor Shaw trying to hold off Mason Crawford. Looks like these two are going to go at it for that number 2 spot and a chance to get to Scotty Watts. Right now, Scotty Watts looking good out front. Opened up that lead from 0.6 to 7, actually 0.8 of a second. And here comes Nick Vaughn in the deuce. Nick Vaughn with the fastest lap last time by. Nick Vaughn might have something for these guys. Crawford with a slider slows him up. Trevor Shaw powers by on the inside, and still Nick Vaughn. Scotty Watts running out front. smiling ear to ear with the lead. We're going to keep an eye on these guys. Top 4 transfer. It's Watts, Crawford, Shaw, and Vaughn right now. Chris Kibb and Sean Stevens and Austin McGlone are below that cutoff line. Mason Crawford starting to pull away from Trevor Shaw and Nick. Shaw gets a little bit sideways. The Deuce has to slow up for him there. Last time by, let's see, the fastest lap was Mason Crawford with a 0.70, and then he comes back with a 0.72, but Scotty Watts was 1,000th of a second faster. So if not keeping it the same, he is stretching out that lead, and he is coming to 2 to go this time. White flag next time by Watts, Crawford, Shaw, and Vaughn. Riding along with Mason Crawford right now as the white flag waves out of the corner of his eye. He has got his sights set on Scotty Watts. Gonna run out of time though. Scotty Watts keeps it on the track. That's gonna do it. He's gonna get that win. Scotty Watts, Mason Crawford, Trevor Shaw, and Nick Vaughn are gonna transfer.
Way to keep it clean, fella.
Clean race. Yeah. B mains coming up this time. This is where it usually gets down and dirty. I love the B mains. Sometimes they're better than the feature. A lot on the line here. These drivers, one of these drivers are going to win $25 and one of them's going to win 15. One's going to win 10. It might be one in this server. It might be somebody that's in server number 2 with CC and LJ. But either way, $50 purse tonight here for the Monsters of Dirt. As the drivers get set to pull off a pit road, let's take a look at who it consists of. Colin Bowden is going to be in row number 1 on the pole with Gene Wolfe alongside him. Row 2, Brad Haldane and Justin Sick. Row number 3 is Blake Dependent and Gavin Jordan. Row 4, Austin Anderson and Steve Robbins. Row 5 is Joey Reeder and Brandon Gibbs. Row number 6, Brian Wax and Scotty Watts. Row 7 is Mason Crawford and Trevor Shaw. And last but not least, the Deuce. Right there, the Deuce. Let's show you what I say that. Nick Vaughn. All right, we got, what, 18 laps? 15? We're about to find out real quick. Top 5, 16 laps. Makes it to the feature. The feature will not be on this stream. The feature is coming up. I know the stream says 10 o'clock, but we're going to go live ASAP. ASAP. Green flag is out for the B main. 16 laps, 5 drivers advance. Gene Wolfe gets a little tap there on the inside of his 642. Oh, the 17S. That's that's Justin Sick. And then more trouble in the back. Nick Vaughn and Trevor Shaw get tangled up. That brings out the caution, and Colin Bowden, your leader, as the caution come out. And we could go look at the replay. Why not? You say? I say. All right, this is not. I don't remember seeing this, but apparently, right after the 17 went off the track, Gene Wolfe makes a little bit of contact with Brad Haldane, and then Wolfe all the way around, and then you see the madness that
113.
happened.
We'll receive an EOL for that caution.
The 113 will receive an EOL for that. So, wow, what a wreck. Let's go back live. So we got our first big one of the night. Gene Wolfe caught up in that, puts him back in 13th. Remember, the top 5 will transfer to the main.
Yes, it'll still be between that tire and the orange cone.
And we are still listening to the race controls, so you hear what he said, between the tire and the cone, I think he said. Yeah, something like that. That's the restart zone. And it's going to be on on Colin Bowden. He's going to have Gavin Jordan alongside him, Austin Anderson right behind him. Here we go. Green flag out once again with about 11 laps to go. Straight to the high side is the 34. Austin Anderson pulls the slider. Had the lead for a second, but that 34 managed to make his way around and then off. It looks like slow motion. Brian Wax, Steve Robbins, somebody went off. I don't know who it was. Not sure what happened. Let's keep an eye on these leaders because we got a race going on. Oh, trouble a little bit further back. Blake might have been a part of that. Blake Dependent. Oh, the 34 turns sideways in front of the 21. Gene Wolfe, Trevor Shaw, a couple other drivers in that as well. The 21 going to get it turned back around. Caution not out yet, but here comes our leader, Gavin Jordan, off of turn 4. Crawford with the slider. The crazy sliders here at Lernerville. You see that? Crawford makes contact with Gavin Jordan. Knocks him loose there and then pins Austin Anderson up against the fence. Wow, Mason Crawford making some moves out there. Not the cleanest moves, but he's making moves. You say? All right, caution's out. 5 laps to go. It's going to be about a 3-lap shoot-off. What's up, Zachariah? Zachariah? Is that it? Zechariah. Okay. Pretty cool name, man. I've never ran across that before. Appreciate you for stopping by, man. All right, top 5 is Gavin Jordan, Mason Crawford, Colin Bowden, Justin Sick, Austin Anderson. Anderson really lucky with what happened there. That 15 of Mason Crawford come up the track there. Almost came across the nose of Austin Anderson. And that could have been a lot worse than what it was. They managed to get through it one way or the other. Crawford still in second, and Austin Anderson in a transfer spot as well. He's sitting in 5th back there in that final transfer spot. The A main will be on SRCB Networks. Yes, this page. There's a link already there if you want to go check it out. It says it starts at 10 o'clock, but I believe it's going to be a little bit sooner than that. So as long as you'll know. It should only take just a few seconds to switch over from this one to that one. So stay tuned. That's what I want to see, Kenny. I want to see this A main coming up. We got about 80 or 90 cars that are competing in these heat races for a chance to get into that A main and that $50 purse here tonight for race number 1. gonna be exciting. All right, we are live here, and it's gonna be 2 laps to go to end this B main. Let's see what happens right here. Mason Crawford and Gavin Jordan side by side into turn 1. That 11 straight to the bottom. Crawford at the top. Almost 3 wide there. Justice Sick down on the bottom here. It's going to be the white flag. One more time around. Justice Sick looking to make a move. He's trying to steal this win. Here comes the Deuce all the way from the back. He's up in a transfer spot. Off of turn 4, the final time, Trevor Shaw makes a crazy move. That's it. That's going to do it. Your race results. Justice Sick. Wow. Why so quick? Why so fast, everybody? Why? That's all right. We know most of them. Justice Sick, Mason Crawford, Gavin Jordan, the Deuce, and there was one other one up in there. Said, not sure. All right, so we're gonna get everything set up and get ready and get on over to the other server. So, hey man, if you want to watch this A main, just click back and then refresh and see if you can't find that post. It's supposed to start at 10 o'clock, which is 15 minutes, but we'll go live here in 5 minutes, 9:50. Stay tuned. See you there.